Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on G4G, Games for Gamers. Today we're going to take a look at a Facebook game by the name of Shadowgun Deadzone. Of course everybody knows the Shadowgun series is being quite popular on mobile devices. Well, now you have Deadzone, which is a cross-platform device from the same developer. What Deadzone is basically a game that you can play on your PC, on Facebook, on Macs, on iOS devices, and Android devices, and they all log in and play to the same area. So it's sort of like Diablo 3 on the PlayStation, also interfacing with Diablo 3 on the PC. So that's basically what you are looking at. Now, it is a first-person shooter, and for a Facebook game, it actually handles pretty well. So we'll go through some of the little quick features here. You have this casino where every day that you log in, you're given a chip. You insert the chip into the slot machine, and apparently every now and then you get lucky and win some more gold. Gold is essentially like the real-world currency for this game, and these dollars over here are what you earn in the game. Starting with some of your options over here, you can go ahead and do some keyboard and gamepad options. This is grayed out because I don't have a gamepad hooked up. You can do some display options over here. Language. More on that. Pay close attention to language, because more on that in a little bit. Resolution, the graphic details, sounds. Actually want to lower the music quite a bit here. Your controls. I found that not quite all of the controls work as well as they should, and really any extra mouse button controls don't work out too well because your operating system will actually take over them. So when I play first-person shooters, one of my mouse thumb buttons is reload. Well, if I hit that button while playing this, it actually does the browser's back button. So I'll go to sometimes Twitch and reload a gun in here, and all of a sudden I'll be backing out of the game. So you have buy gold over here, which is, as you can see, $5 gets you a pretty decent amount of gold. And then in-game money. And you can invite some friends over here. This is your exit button. You can get a premium account. Over here under equip, this is where you can do some research and pick the weapons that you want to work with. I'm currently running a assault rifle called Vega and the plasma rifle called the Spate. If you get a premium account, you can unlock a third loadout. Running the sprint perk, I have grenades. I have a sentry rocket equipped. And again, there's another premium slot. And when you go to research, depending on your level and the amount of money that you have, you can research different weapons. So there's the mace shotgun. This does a pretty good amount of damage, but you really do have to be up close for it. They start you off with the bandit submachine gun. Running a decked out Vega rifle as my secondary, and I actually use the Spade as a primary. This is my primary weapon most of the time. Here's a sniper rifle. Here's a machine gun. I'm tempted to see if this gun is any good, but I haven't really played around with it. You have rocket launchers. You have different kinds of explosives like EMPs and flashbangs. Team-related items like armor kits, med kits, sentries, inventory slots. So as you can see, I've purchased the second weapon slot and an inventory slot. Currently running the sprint move perk, and then there is increasing your health and flak jacket. In the shop, you could do a couple things like changing your skin. This guy kind of looks like Bane, if you ask me. And then if you have premium accounts, you can do stuff You can buy these with gold, so here's where you see the real world currency coming into play a little bit. Does this guy, I mean, he looks like, what's his face over there? The guy from Sixth Sense. He looks so much like him whenever I see that. He looks like his, more modern action movie version of him. And, or how he looked in the One Gorillaz video. But, and that's what I think every time I see him over here. And when you go to game, you unlock game modes as you level up. And when you first start off, you only have deathmatch available. When you get to a certain level, zone control pops up. Your first one of these per day gives you a bonus. Now, remember what I said about language? I said we're coming back to it. If you ever look at the chat of this game, you will see that 80 to 90% of the chat is Brazilian or Spanish. I cannot believe how bad this game is for that. I mean, you see it in Blacklight Retribution, you see in a lot of the other free-to-play games that there are some people, and occasionally you'll get a moment at night where several of them are talking back and forth. Shadowgun, there is so much capital letter spamming of Spanish and Portuguese, and I mean, you would honestly think this game is hosted south of the border compared to in the States. It amazes me like this. Just capital, complete, all caps spamming and everything like that. I mean, personally, to me, it's annoying as hell. I don't mean to be derogatory about it, but it's so frustrating to get a game and just basically see what you would think the default language to be is like in the minority. But fortunately, you don't have to deal with it in game. At least the language, but more on what you deal with in game pretty soon. You will find that South of Texas laggers do exist in this game, and they are fairly tough to hit. They'll just lag right through everything. See, when you get up to close to somebody in this game, you get the red skull, which means you can reach out and headbutt them, which knocks them down and makes them a little bit of an easier target, except for the fact that more often than not, they get knocked down a little out of your way, and you have to really spin around to get your aim onto the downed opponent. You have a little bit of a dodge roll, you have the sprint. He's got a shot. See, he just lagged out into the wall. And I just died randomly from off to the side. You're going to deal with that a lot in this game. Fucking laggers. I mean, it's amazing that people would want to play this game with the amount of lag that they experience because they're not in the States. And you'll see people just kind of moonwalk their way through things, and you will have dumped almost your gun's worth of ammo on them, and they just run by. And unfortunately, there is cheating in this. I can't say that I've seen an aimbot per se, but I have definitely seen speed hacks. And it's really, really handy if you're very aware of your surroundings. It really is good to know how your threat indicators are working, because you will constantly get rear-ended from people. See, that was complete crap. There's no reason why I should have died that quick. He wasn't running a booster, and that weapon is just not that capable of getting that powerful. Sort of similar to Blacklight Retribution, you do get a some points for an assist. However, it doesn't really show up in a leaderboard anywhere. So that's with Deathmatch. It put me into one that was in the middle of being active. Take a guess at what number 2 and number 3 are. And number 9. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at the second game type that's available here in Shadowgun, and that is going to be somewhat similar to Onslaught from UT2K4, just without vehicles. So, and you have these conditions, aside from you want to log into this once a day to get your bonuses, but you also want to try to play some matches so you get these bottom things. Like yesterday I just logged in and got my chip, but I didn't play. Today I gained 1,000 experience, so it gave me the extra bonus. So zone control is similar to 2K4's Onslaught, except for the fact that if you own all the nodes, you lock the other team out from spawning and you automatically win. So you can win by points. So you want to count down faster than the other team. So we would be winning if we were like 115 to their 120. But the other thing you could do is simply own all of the points on the map, and then the other team has nowhere to spawn, so you win automatically. I kind of discovered that by accident one day. I was playing for like 2 minutes, we were getting stomped, and all of a sudden it just ended. I was like, what? And similar to Onslaught Tactics, it's really good if you send people on harass duty right at the start. Have 1 or 2 people cap the close node and then send everybody else up to the choke points. And because owning a node does help you win, you basically don't want to just settle on what you have. You want to try to get around behind them and start capping their nodes from the back. Like, I'm going to go ahead and try to get around to E and take that from them. And of course, sometimes you get a quick spawn, sometimes it takes a while. You can pick which node. Jesus. Yeah, that figures. Which node you want to spawn at, provided you own it. There's not really too much benefit to spawning way back. Now, the other thing that you see in this game is the cover system, which is kind of good and kind of bad, because you can shoot around corners like this, but sometimes it's really hard to get around the corner when you want to go ahead and move. So that guy did way too much damage to me, so that the second guy could basically kill me so easily. Yeah, complete crap. Unless he got a headshot one of those there's no reason why I should have died that fast. So one of the things you want to do when you get close to somebody, you're going to go ahead and tap fire instead of just hold the button down, because if you're close enough to them, you will probably score the lucky knockdown headbutt. And if you're just holding the button down, you're not going to get that opportunity quite as much as if you were tap firing. And I will say in my experiences with the game, it's very easy to have ups and downs. There's been games where I'm so far out ahead of everybody. It's amazing, and then I have games like this where I'm not even getting a positive efficiency. And the other thing you've got this little megaphone down at the bottom, which will do some quick commands. I forget what is the keybind for it. There it is.
Help me out over here.
Now, because I've hit it, I'm actually like a little floaty over here. My controls are a little off. Yeah, I can't even rotate my character at the moment. Yeah, I knew I was gonna die on that one. I had no control of my character, unfortunately. The game's pretty good. I mean, for a Facebook quality game, I happen to like it a lot. I think it definitely can chew up the desire to play an FPS a little bit. If I get my blood up for an FPS of complete crap, utterly complete crap, if I get my dander up to play an FPS, I still go to BLR as my #1 choice. But this game, you know, it's kind of fun. And it's relatively satisfying if you can get past the laggers. And those moments in which you just die when you don't think that much damage got done to you. Alright, so now, because they've decided to work on this point, just gonna focus. Oh, they're making a big push here at the end. I could swear that was a cooked grenade, which I don't think you could even do in this game. See, now we're in a little bit of a danger. We're winning by a ton of points, but we could potentially get choked out. Oh, we've stabilized a bit. It could entirely be possible to be winning by so much and just have them take over every point. I don't think I've ever seen one go that bad, though. But it could definitely happen. Haven't really seen anybody tonight that is particularly suspect, but then again, like I said, haven't seen too many aim-related cheaters, but you'll know a speed hacker when you don't even know what the hell that was. I just fell over, didn't see a rocket, didn't see a grenade, just died. See, I thought I killed that guy. This map does seem to be a hard one to really get through and take the back out of somebody. Some of the maps it's kind of easy where everybody fights at the choke point and you just scoot around them and start taking their back nodes from them. This map it's a little harder because people do play some pretty good defense on the bridges. Should have had him dead. At least 1.5 times over. You could see the body flinching and taking the hits and he didn't die. That's the problem with the laggers in this game. Unbelievable. One thing about this game is it definitely is handy to stay on the move because a well-placed sniper will surprise the crap out of you and your head will just be gone. That figures. And there you go. So there's Shadowgun Deadzone as played through Facebook, and I had an absolutely miserable night. I've never done this bad, ever. Likely why. So it's a pretty good game. It's available on different systems, and they all play. You can play on the same account. So if you have your Facebook version, you can just sign in with the exact same user ID and everything, and you can play it on your tablet, play the computer version of it, which I haven't tried to install. I wonder if it plays better. And it's even got some gamepad support. So there's Shadowgun Deadzone. Thanks for checking out another game here on my channel. Hope you enjoyed it.